as a cabinet minister who actually drank that water as early as November 2011.
Where is he? Is he alive?
I am super curious about his health over the long run. He did that in front of media reporters just to prove that the treated nuclear wastewater was drinkable. First human subject on drinking tritiated water? Yes, you heard that right. Let's wind back a little bit just to know what it actually is. The water from the nuclear power plant was once had lots of radioactive substances other than tritium. It has been through many filtering, purification treatment and also hyper-diluted with seawater several times to become tritiated water, which has a small amount of tritium. Its concentration in the water released is far below the limit recommended in drinking water by the WHO. However, it's hard to remove tritium from the water as it acts like hydrogen that forms water molecules with properties same as regular water. If there's still small amount of radioactive tritium in the water, is it still safe to drink it?
Tomohiko, bottom line, would you be happy for yourself or for your children, say, to eat fish fresh from these waters?
Drink
that
it.
water. If not,
Drink
that's-
it. You
that's
drink the
not
water.
in water.
You ask your son and daughter to drink the water.
Actually, tritium exists in everywhere from groundwater, Earth's atmosphere, and even in the universe. This means that we are surrounded by tritium all the time. And surprise, surprise, even human body has naturally existing tritium. And we are constantly being exposed from tritium radiation from these natural surroundings more than the ones produced from the nuclear power plants. We get exposed to tritium usually in the form of tritiated water via breathing, skin absorption, and ingestion. Most of them will be excreted from body relatively fast, like regular water, in less than 2 weeks. Coming back to this guy, maybe he's still alive? Well, I was trying to dig out any digital trails that he might left in the recent years. Some rumor that he got unknown cancer, and yet some even say that he got called up by the news to state that he is still alive. There's no reporting that he got illness or him seek medical treatment after that incident. So what about the rest of the small amount of tritium? Where do they go to? They will bound to our tissues as OBT, organically bound tritium, which will take longer time to expel from our body, up to a year. It's the same with all aquatic organisms, as some tritium will bound to their tissues. So, is it still safe to consume seafood? Well, we just cannot deny that The Simpsons has foretold this depiction several years ago. But this time, it's the Japan Fukushima sashimi, and I can't see any three-eyed fish yet. 本当に美味しいですか? We just need scientific and evidence-based answer to clear all the uncertainties, don't we all? Some of you may avoid eating seafood for the time being, but for how long? So what are the effects of tritium in our body? Although tritium has relatively low radioactivity, studies have shown that in high dose, its radiation can cause cancer. In addition, tritium can be passed along the food chain as one organism feeds on another. Given that the OBT resides longer in tissues, I can't help but think that will there be accumulation of tritium as we are on top of the food chain? Unfortunately, not much studies are done on this. And since we are living in a place with naturally low concentration of tritium, what does it do to our health over a long period? Due to tritium's weak radiation energy to even pass through a single sheet of paper and human skin, it is hard to conduct study to determine it. Tritium naturally decays in the environment to form helium, which is less harmful, with a half-life of slightly over 12 years. The decay process happens during the release duration, so the total amount of tritium will reduce with an increasing release duration. Do note that Fukushima will be discharging radioactive tritium into the sea gradually over the next 20 to 30 years. Bear in mind that the water current will also carry the radioactive water around the Pacific Ocean. There was a simulation done to estimate the potential impact of discharging the radioactive water into the sea a few years ago. In the span of only 10 years, it will be spread to whole North Pacific, including the East China Sea, the whole South China Sea, spreading to Philippines, Indonesian seas, and later to the Indian Ocean through Indonesian true flow. Okay guys, take a deep breath and out, because we are going to dive in deeper. The truth is, there are dozens of other nuclear power plants in the world that have been discharging tritium. And there's presence of artificial tritium in organic matter that can be traced back to nuclear weapon testing 70 years ago. It's undeniably there are natural tritium in low dose around us, but the artificial ones? With lack of scientific studies on the impact of human health and environment, I'm not a big fan of such uncertainties. With us want to have more efficient energy production with nuclear power plant, we also should handle the downside of it producing radioactive waste efficiently. All in all, I don't think that we can entirely avoid this contaminant for the rest of our lives, however we want. We maybe cannot reverse completely the environmental damage that has been done. However, we can choose to improve our health by having an active, healthier lifestyle and living at the present moment to reduce the pollution from further compromising our health.